Hello everyone and welcome to my Bachelor Nation official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and gives this video a thumbs up. Thurston has revealed what she does not want others to say about her disease. She has been diagnosed with breast cancer. However, it spread. She's been going through treatments and trying to stay positive. Fans have rallied behind her throughout this journey, hoping for a full recovery. People think she dislikes a few things, though. There is a lot to unfurl and discover. Continue watching to learn more about this predicament. Thurston is a member of Bachelor Nation. She did not, however, fall in love while working on the franchise. Since appearing on the show, she has begun to perform comedy. Fans loved seeing her and hearing her quips. However, this led her to discover an obvious connection. Katie was diagnosed with breast cancer a time back. When doctors discovered that the cancer had spread to her liver, they upgraded her diagnosis to stage 4. This was terrible news that no one wanted to tell her. However, she has handled it well and has remained as strong as possible. Thurston found love with another comic. She began dating Jeff. The couple appeared to be happy and in love. However, after Katie was diagnosed with cancer, he wanted to show her that he was committed to her long-term care. So the couple married in a backyard wedding. It may not have been what she hoped for in a wedding. However, she is with the guy of her dreams, and that is all that matters. Fans congratulated the couple and wished them a long and happy marriage. They appear to be doing better than ever after her diagnosis. Fans were pleased that she raised awareness about issues she dislikes hearing. Otherwise, people would not have realized these were sensitive topics to discuss. Katie has remained cheerful throughout this difficult time. Fans have tried to be there for her. However, there is only so much you can do from a screen. Regardless, Katie has been trying to live her best life and avoid being down all the time. Katie appears to dislike hearing people convince her that everything will be fine. This would be the most frequent response. However, she genuinely dislikes it. Fans appreciate that she told people what not to say since it assists others who may be going through similar experiences. Katie has been strong and resilient throughout this difficult path. Fans are hoping that her therapies will be fruitful. What are your thoughts about this? Do you see why she dislikes what was said? Comment below. We'd love to hear your comments on the situation. Thurston, once known for her bold humor and candor on The Bachelor and The Bachelorette, has now emerged as a symbol of vulnerability and strength in the face of her greatest personal battle yet, stage 4 breast cancer. What began as a troubling lump discovered during a routine self-exam spiraled into a devastating diagnosis that would forever change the trajectory of her life. At first, it was simply breast cancer, a frightening enough term. But after undergoing further scans and biopsies, the news worsened. The cancer had spread to her liver. The word stage 4 landed like a gut punch, unwelcome and surreal, as if they were meant for someone else. Katie was no stranger to public attention. Bachelor Nation had watched her attempt to find love under the watchful eyes of millions. Though her relationships on-screen fizzled, she gained a reputation for being forthright, compassionate, and unafraid to challenge the norms of reality television. That same candidness, which drew both admiration and controversy, is now helping to reshape how fans talk about illness, vulnerability, and support. When Katie revealed her diagnosis publicly, fans were stunned. Many had followed her post-show journey into comedy, applauding her growth as she transformed heartbreak into punchlines and awkward encounters into sharp monologues. She had found her new rhythm on stage, bringing laughter to small comedy clubs in New York City. But behind the curtain, a battle had begun, one that would not end after a season or a tour. It was February when she first told the world. A brave Instagram video, tearful but composed, introduced the world to a new version of Thurston. She explained how doctors had found cancer in her breast, and later, after further testing, in her liver. Stage 4. Metastatic. Incurable, but not untreatable. The language of medicine had become the language of her new reality. As fans flooded her posts with support and heart emojis, Katie offered something that most people in her position struggle to articulate: boundaries. She began to speak about the kinds of comments that, while well-intentioned, were emotionally taxing or dismissive. Chief among them was a phrase nearly everyone had used at some point: "You're going to be fine." Katie didn't lash out. Instead, she invited others into her world, gently explaining why such words, though meant to soothe, actually left her feeling invalidated. "You don't know that," she explained in one candid update. "And when you say it, it feels like you're erasing what I'm actually going through." For Katie, optimism wasn't the issue, it was forced positivity, the kind that ignored fear, pain, and the possibility that things might not end in a neat fairy tale. This revelation, like many of Katie's other truths, resonated deeply. Countless fans wrote back, thanking her for voicing something they'd felt but never knew how to express. People undergoing similar battles with cancer, chronic illness, or mental health struggles echoed her words. They too had grown weary of the same cliches, of having their pain smoothed over with platitudes. Katie's vulnerability was a gift, a reminder that emotional honesty can be just as powerful as hope. But Katie was never one to linger in sorrow. Even as chemotherapy exhausted her and PET scans painted murky pictures, she continued to live boldly. It was during this uncertain chapter that love deepened in her life. She had been dating a fellow comedian, Jeff, when the diagnosis came. In a time when many partners would have pulled away, overwhelmed by the gravity of disease, Jeff stepped in closer. In small, tender ways, he showed Katie that he wasn't going anywhere. They married in a backyard ceremony, simple, sincere, and intimate. Gone were the elaborate wedding fantasies or floral arrangements curated by producers. Instead, the scene was quiet and grounded, with loved ones gathered under strings of lights, laughter filling the spaces between tears. Katie wore a white sundress, her hair shorter from chemo, her smile radiant. "It wasn't the wedding I imagined as a girl," she shared later, "but it was perfect because it was real." Despite her battle, Katie continued performing. Her sets became richer, deeper, more human. She joked about cold chemo rooms and doctors who couldn't pronounce her last name. She teased her husband's reaction to her hair falling out. "He said I looked like G.I. Jane's rebellious cousin," she laughed on stage once, drawing gasps and applause. It wasn't that she wasn't afraid, she just refused to let fear be the loudest voice in her life. Thanks for watching. If you likes this video, do not forget to subscribe to my channel and do not miss any update.